It's 9 p.m. Monday night. While the rest of the world slows down, you're tuning in to the Final Boss podcast. This is Motivation Mondays, where mindsets shift, hustle gets honored, and the 6 pillars of success get broken all the way down. We're talking motivation, resilience, sacrifice, consistency, persistence, and perseverance. Hosted by the one and only Turbo, the CEO, bringing real talk, raw stories, and relentless energy to spark your week with purpose. So lock in, take notes, and remember, success ain't just a dream, it's a discipline.
Welcome to the TheFinalBoss podcast. The Final Boss podcast. Man, listen. It is Motivation Monday, right? It is Motivation Monday. Motivation Monday. Motivation Monday. Motivation Monday, right? Motivation Monday, people. And man, listen, I got a great show for you tonight. I have HAVE Motivation Monday. Have an exciting show for you tonight. Make my voice a little bit deeper. Tonight, I have a great show for you for Motivation Monday, episode number 137 people. Yes, here we are, man. Here we are on our way to episode number 200. And you know, a lot of you may care, and some of you really like whoop-dee-doo. Whoop-dee-doo, right? Well, listen, for those who do care and who are tuning in with us right now for episode 137. Listen, I have a great show, man. I have a great show. I love saying that. I have a great show. I have a great show. Yes. But before we get into that, man, look, I got a few admin notes that I do want to get out before I get into everything, man. Oh man, what a night, what a day to be thankful. What a day to be thankful. And look, for all of you out there who are continuing to DM us, thank you. If you're sending us messages on our social media platforms, whether it's leaving comments or sending us messages, thank you. We greatly appreciate it. And for those who do not and wish to have the email is at info@TheFinalBossPodcast.com. I have a new pen. Info@TheFinalBossPodcast.com. Shoot us an email. And guess what? You can catch each and every last single episode on the website. The website is www.TheFinalBossPodcast.com. And here's why that's important. Here's why that is important. So I get an email today. Trademark scammers. Look, if you have a business and you need to protect yourself, man, make sure you are doing the proper trademarks. Make sure that you have connections within that space or a lawyer to assist you. There's a lot of scammers out there, man. Got a call today. Your trademark is going to expire in 12 hours, and there's a third party interested in purchasing it. If you don't act now and reserve your trademark, they'll be able to steal it or pick it up from you. I knew immediately that was a scam. I was like, you know what? Let me call my trademark folks and make sure that I've done my due diligence and put all the actions in that I needed to do, and the time haven't even expired. If I had a notice of action, the last notice of action I had was in August. You get 3 months to reply, so that was false. But there's a lot of scammers out there, man. Um, so make sure if you do own a business and it's important to you, make sure you're doing the legality piece to protect your business, right? Make sure you're doing that part. Second, second piece, if all you do, if for all of you who may not know, um, my Turbo the CEO account, which was hosting all of the Final Boss's material, was banned on the Clock app the other day, 2 days ago, right? And what I did was I flipped the script. I used the information that they provided, ran an analysis on it to make sure that I wasn't wrong in abusing their community guidelines. And I ran an analysis on it through our good friends over at the AI department. And they were they were wrong. So I flipped the script and sent it back to them in the form of a reel. Yes, in the form of a reel. Hey, joke's on you, kiddos. Joke's on you. Sometimes you have to reverse psychology these things. But those are the two things I wanted to get out there, man. Oh, so a couple more admin notes before we get started. One, shout out to the sensei. He celebrated his birthday 2 days ago. And um, birthdays should be celebrated each and every year. You should be thankful. Remember that word thankful, because I'm gonna be saying thankful a lot tonight. I'm going to be saying thankful a lot tonight. I had a few medical appointments today, and spent some time at VA hospital today. Shout out to VA hospital and all the work that they do for all of the veterans, including myself. Um, you know, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on, and there's a lot to be thankful for. If you need something to be thankful for, or you're looking for that space that puts you in the state of thanks, go up to the VA hospital. Go up to the VA hospital, walk around, sit down in the lobby. You would definitely earn and get some thanks, right? You will. And remember, these soldiers, these men and women gave their lives, sacrificed themselves for country first, right? They put country first. We put country first. Outside of all of our needs, outside of our love for family, our love of our children, kids, you name it. We put country first to defend this country, to defend your rights, to defend the Constitution and the things that we believe in that make this great country great. Go up to VA hospital and sit. You, I guarantee, will gain a sense of appreciation, right? I guarantee it. Second, shout out to a good friend of mine, my spirit sibling, as she so calls us. Shout out to Holly. Holly, if you're watching, you are an amazing individual, and you are enough. What I've seen you do and accomplish in the last week or so is absolutely amazing. Keep charging forward. You are the epitome and the embodiment of resilience. That is who you are. And I appreciate you because you're a warrior. You are a warrior. And man, great things are coming to you. Great things are coming to you. I've seen you go through this, weather the storms, plural, and you're walking out dry. So shout out to you. Shout out to Holly people for being resilient and being a warrior. Go Holly, right? I'm on Team Holly, man. That's my spirit signal. Anyway, look, we're gonna get right into our brass tacks, man. The brass tacks of the evening comes from Melody Beetle. Betty. I'm sorry. I jacked her name up. Melody Betty. It pays to wear glasses. It pays to wear glasses. Melody Betty for the brass tacks of the evening. And here it is. Gratitude is the healthiest of all human emotions. The more you express thanks, the more you receive to be thankful for. Let that marinate in your spine for a second because I'm going to read it again. Yes, I'm reading this. Tonight's brass tacks, again, is gratitude is the healthiest of all human emotions. The more you express thanks, the more you receive to be thankful for. And that is the brass tacks of the evening. That comes from Melody Betty, people. Melody Betty. And whew, man, that's powerful right there. That is a powerful brass tacks, which leads us into the what our subject of the matter is for tonight. If you haven't figured it out yet, grand rising to you. Grand rising to you. Thank you for joining us. Tonight's topic is being thankful. Being thankful. So, a few episodes ago, I was very reflective, and I do that from time to time. And today was no different. Today was about reflection, about the different doctor's appointments I've had, uh, being at VA hospital, seeing those warriors, receiving their care, you know, um, and just seeing people in life today, in the state of life, and how they're tackling their issues and going into these storms and coming out dry, right? Coming out dry, man. So that's what tonight's episode is. Episode number 137. Where's my pen? Episode number 137. And we can already get into it, man. I hope you're excited. I hope you have enough energy. I hope my energy would resonate with you and can be transferred from here to here, from my screen to your screen, right? Yes, you, talking to you. So let's get right into it, man. What's good? What's good? What's good? To my Final Boss family, to my Final Boss nation, embrace it. We're all on this journey together. We're all part of this community. Smarts, warriors, motivators, final bosses. I am your host, the one and only, the Final Boss, and you have tuned into the Final Boss podcast, in case you didn't know, right? In case you were just flicking the channel and you just happened to land on my podcast. Here you are, part of the Final Boss family, right? And for those of you who haven't heard, this is episode number 137. Being thankful, right? And can I get a let's go, people? Let's go. It's go time. It's go time. Remember that. It's go time, right? It's very important. Very, very important, right? Final Boss Nation. And to my smarts, man, listen, smarts, motivators, warriors. I know you guys are in the building. Thank you. Let's go. I appreciate you, man. Listen, today was a special day. And like I said all the time, it's a great show. And tonight's motivation is going to be a little bit different. Tonight's motivation is going to be a little bit different. I'm gonna switch it up on you just a smidge, just a smidge. And we're going to be stepping away from the fired up train briefly, right? Because the fired up train is usually our high octane, pedal to the metal motivation for just a moment. We're going to step away from that. And in this moment, we're going to be giving thanks and paying thanks and being thankful. So let's tap into something equally powerful, something that's going to change your entire perspective on this journey we're on, because we're part of this journey on as final bosses, motivators, smarts, and warriors. We're on this journey together in this community, right? And part of the Final Boss Nation. Today, we're talking about being thankful. I'm going to keep saying that, being thankful, right? And I know what you're thinking. You're like, Final Boss is Motivation Monday, right? Wrong. It is Motivation Monday, but like I said, we're going to be doing something different. And it's still going to be fiery. Right? Because this is what we do. We bring the fire on Motivation Monday, right? The energy is still here, right? So trust me, stay with me. The energy is still here. The fire is still here. And we are still cracking. We're still cracking. Just a little different, because here's the truth, people. Here's the truth. Gratitude is motivation. Thankfulness is power. And by the end of this episode, you're going to understand why being thankful for everything is a win, including the losses, the ups, the downs, the setbacks, the comebacks. They're all wins. And what separates final bosses, motivators, warriors, and smarts from everybody else? We're going to talk about that, right? So buckle up. Right? Fired up train is going to leave the station. We're going to be hanging out at the station, right? Their destination is still success. And what else? What else, you ask? Yes, the destination is still you at the new level, new power level, the you that you were meant to be, right? So let's talk about what it means to be thankful in a world that's constantly pushing us to want more and more and more. I was watching Andrew Tate earlier. I like this guy, man. I love Andrew Tate. He has a unique perspective on life, and he was being retrospective, and I've never seen him like that. And he was saying that more energy is something to hold, because when you get to a point where you could buy everything and you've run out of things to buy and do, and you've lost that more, that energy, it leaves you. So no matter where you are in life, hold on to that more, right? Hold on to it. Stay with me, right? See, society has programmed us to, like I mentioned last night, to always be chasing, always be hungry, always be looking at what we don't have instead of what we do have. Stay with me, right? And yeah, ambition is important. Look, I am probably one of the most ambitious individuals that I know, right? Ambition is important. So don't get me wrong. But there's a difference between hungry ambition and toxic ingratitude. Toxic ingratitude. There's a difference between having hungry ambition and toxic ingratitude. Being thankful doesn't mean you're settling. Being thankful doesn't mean you're comfortable. Being thankful means you recognize where you are. You acknowledge the journey and you appreciate every single step that got you here. You want to know the secret? You want to know the secret sauce? You want to know the secret sauce? Real final bosses, motivators, warriors, and smarts, right? They understand that gratitude is the fuel that keeps the engine running, just like on the fired up train. When you're thankful, you operate from a place of abundance and not scarcity, and abundance. And that's where miracles happen, good people. You heard what I said? That's where miracles happen, right? Think about it. When you wake up in the morning, Are you thinking about what you don't have? Or are you thinking about the opportunity to get at it? That shift right there, that shift, that's everything. That's like changing the channel. And today, we're rewiring the brain, recalibrating the heart. We're teaching ourselves to be thankful for the process, not just because of the prize, but because of the process. That's where you become who you were meant to be. Are you with me? Can I get a hell yeah? I say again, can I get a hell yeah? All right. I'm going to program bars in my board. I was supposed to do that today. I just got too busy. I'm gonna have bars in my board because I need bars, right? But let's get right into this, man. Let's get right into this. Whew. How many of us woke up this morning and said, "Thank you for another day"? How many of us opened our eyes, took our first breath, and felt grateful, 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 grateful just to be here? How many of us, right? How many of us? Raise your hand, raise your hand, raise your hand. Life, final bosses, motivators, warriors, smarts, life. That's the ultimate gift. That's the foundation of everything. You know how many people didn't wake up today? You know how many people went to sleep last night and never got to see this morning? Hmm? Right. Think about that. Let that marinate in your spine. Because guess what? You did. You woke up. You're here. You're present. You're breathing. You're listening. And right now, you're watching this podcast right now, right? Which means you have the opportunity to make today count. That means that you shouldn't take that lightly. That's not something to take lightly. That's not something to just brush off. Stop brushing off the past. That's something to be thankful for. Every breath is a blessing. Every heartbeat is a reminder that you've got more to give. You got more in the tank, more to do, more to become. Last night I talked about the sleep deprivation pandemic in America, right? Sleep deprivation pandemic in America. That's what I talked about last night. So if you haven't seen that episode, go back and watch last night's episode, man. I went into a lot of details and a lot of information I dropped on the sleep deprivation pandemic that's in America. But right now, you're here. So you're present, right? So you have more to do. You have more to become. And I'm not just talking about being alive. I'm talking about being aware that you are alive, right? That you are alive. Think about that. Being aware that you're alive, conscious, present, able to think, feel, to create, to love, to grow, to fight. To fight. Some people are alive, but they're not living. They're going through the motions. They're sleepwalking. They're just exist. They're sleepwalking through this existence, right? But not you. Not you. Talking to you. Not you. You, my friend. You are engaged. You are awake. And you are present, right? So right now, I want you guys to do me a favor. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. A real deep breath, like from the gut. Take a hold it. And let it out. Let it out, man. Let it out in your shoulders. Let it out. Just let it out, right? Let it out. Stay with me, right? Because I hit you back. All right. You let that out. If you didn't let it out through your nose, or let it come through your nose and out your mouth, do it again. Do it again. In through your nose and out through your mouth. And when you feel that right there, that's life. That's power. That's possibility. Be thankful for that, right? Every single day, be thankful for that. Because no matter what, you have breath. You have the ability to make decisions, right? that you do. So let's talk about the good. Let's talk about the good times. Everybody's always talking about the bad times. Let's talk about the good times. Let's talk about the wins, the victories, the moments when everything clicks and you feel like you're on top of the world. You're in a state of euphoria. It's easy to be thankful when things are going right, isn't it? Isn't it? When you hit that goal, when you hit that close or close that deal, when you get that promotion, when you break that personal record, yeah, gratitude flows naturally. But here's what I want you to understand. Those ups, they're not random. They're calculated. They're not accidents. They're the result of all the work you put in, all the sacrifices you made, all the times you chose discipline over distraction. So be thankful for the wins, but even more thankful for the version of yourself that created those wins. The person who showed up when it was hard, the person who believed when others doubted. Those are bars. I'm sorry. Those are bars. The person who refused to quit. Yes, you refuse to quit. Because every victory is a testament to your character. Every success is proof that you're exactly who you think you are. You're a final boss. You're a motivator. You're a warrior. You're smart. Celebrate those moments. Soak them. Soak in them. Go run some bath water and soak in those wins. Let that gratitude fill your soul, because those wins, they're fuel for the next challenge. They're proof that you can. Period. Full stop. They're proof that you can. Full stop. I'm going to say that again. They're proof that you can. Period. Full stop. Right? Full stop. And when things get hard again, because they will, because it's a cycle, you'll look back at those moments and remember, I did it before. And I can do it again. That's the power of being thankful for the ups. It's not just about feeling good. It's about building a foundation of confidence for the battles ahead. Right? Now, here's where it gets real, really real. Here's where we separate the final bosses, motivators, warriors, and smarts from the pretenders. There's a lot of pretenders out there. Right? Being thankful for the downs, the losses, the failures, the moments when you fall flat on your face and wonder if you'll ever get back up. Yeah, those moments. And yes, I said it. Be thankful for those moments. And you know what, man? Be thankful for the flags. Be thankful for the flags, right? The flags come good or bad. Be thankful for those moments. Why? Because those moments are your teachers. Those moments are your sculptors. Those moments are what forge you into the warrior you were meant to be, right? Stay with me. Think about steel. You know how steel is made? It's heated to extreme temperatures. It's hammered. It's beaten. It's bent and shaped, tested to absolute limits. And that's what makes it strong. That's what makes it unbreakable. Well, guess what? You're the same way. Yep, you are the same way. The downs aren't punishments, they're preparation. They're not setbacks, they're setups for something greater. Every time you fail, you learn what doesn't work. Every time you fail, you discover muscles you didn't know you had. Every time you get knocked down, you get the choice to get back up. And that choice, my friends, that choice, and that choice alone, that's where the power lives. That's where the power lives. So stop running from the pain, stop avoiding the struggle, embrace it. Embrace it. Be thankful for it, because without the downs, you'll never know how high you can actually go, right? The valley is what makes the mountains meaningful. The darkness is what makes the light so beautiful. The failure is what makes the success so sweet. Be thankful for the downs, final bosses, warriors, smarts, motivators. Be thankful. They're not your enemy. They're your evolution. Because we all make them, right? We all make mistakes. Every last single one of us makes a mistake. And if you're not making mistakes, you're not moving. Mistakes are proof that you're trying. Mistakes are evidence that you're pushing boundaries. Mistakes are signs that you're human. You're learning and you're growing. But here's the problem: most people let their mistakes define them. Most people let their mistakes define them, right? They make one error and they spiral out of control. They mess up, they crash out. And once again, they think, I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. I should just quit. No, stop. That's victim mentality. That's victim mentality. That's quitter talk. That's not who we are. Find the bosses, motivators, smarts, and warriors. They don't let mistakes define them. They let mistakes refine them. You knew it was coming. You knew it was coming. Bars. We look at what we went wrong, we extract the lesson, and we come back better, stronger, smarter, and more prepared. Think about the greatest athletes, the greatest entrepreneurs, the greatest leaders in history. You know what they have all in common? Mm-hmm. Oh, you want to know? Oh, I'm glad you asked. They all failed. And they failed more than most people, right? They failed more than most people. And I bet you this, they failed more than most people even try. They made mistakes. They made high level mistakes that would have probably crushed the average person. But they were thankful for those mistakes because they knew each one was bringing them closer to their mastery level. Think about MJ. He got cut from high school basketball. Think about Steve Jobs. He got fired from Apple. Think about J.K. Rowling, who got rejected from 12 publishers. Right? They didn't let those mistakes stop them. They let those mistakes shape them. So when you mess up, when you make a mistake, don't beat yourself up. Don't hide in shame. Don't crash out. Don't stand. Listen, don't crash out. You stand tall, right? You stand tall. You say, thank you for the lesson. And you move forward with more wisdom than you had when you first started. Your mistakes don't define you. Your response to your mistakes, that's what makes you a final boss. That's what makes you a smart. That's what makes you a motivator. That's what makes you a warrior. Failures, not mistakes, failures. And we're talking about the really big ones, the ones that sting, the ones that make you question everything, the ones that shake you to your core. We're thankful for those too. We're thankful for those. Now, I know that may sound crazy to some. And I know y'all like, Final Boss, man, you tripping. What you talking about, bro? What you talking about, Willis? Final Boss, how can you be thankful for failure? Well, I'm going to tell you how. All right? I'm going to tell you how. Failure sucks. We all know it does. It sucks. Failure is painful. Failure is embarrassing. We've all gone through it. We've all felt the pain of failure, right? And listen, we've all been there. We've all felt it, right? We could tell stories about it. We could tell the stories about it. But let me tell you something about failure. Failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is part of success. Failure is the price you pay for admission to greatness. See, I need that bars button because that's definitely bars. Failure is part of success. Failure is the price you pay for the admission to greatness. Failure is the tuition for the school of champions. You want to be great? You want to be great? You're going to have to fail. You want to be legendary? You're going to have to fail even bigger. That's the truth. And here's the difference that most people who succeed and those who stay stuck and simple. Successful people are willing to fail forward. Successful people are willing to fail forward. When you fail, you have two choices. You can let it break you or you can let it make you. You can curl up and quit, go in the corners and cry like a little crybaby, or you can stand up and say, okay, that didn't work. Let me brush it off. What's next? What's next? Right? Wars are won by small battles. Small battles wins wars, right? Being thankful for failure means understanding that every failure is feedback. Every setback is a setup. Every closed door is redirecting you to the right door. Be thankful. I'm thankful for every single business idea I've had that flopped. And I've had a lot. Oh my God. You talk about the 9 businesses I've started. Let's talk about the 30 businesses that I didn't start. Right? I'm thankful for every relationship that didn't work. I'm thankful for every opportunity I didn't get because all of these things pushed me forward to where I'm supposed to be. All of those things taught me lessons I needed to learn. And the same is true for you. Your failures aren't failures, they're foundations. They're the concrete you're pouring for the empire you're trying to build. So hold your head high, right? Stay with me. Be proud of your scars. Be thankful for your failures because they're proof that you had the courage to try. And that's, my friends, that's what Final Bosses, smarts, warriors, and motivators do, right? That's what we do. And the same thing goes for challenges. Challenges, obstacles, roadblocks, problems, all of these things that make you want to throw your hands up and say, why me? Right? Why me? Here's the answer. Why not you? Why shouldn't you be challenged? You're a final boss. You're a warrior. You're a motivator. You're smart. Why shouldn't you be challenged? You were built for this. Challenges don't come to destroy you. They come to develop you. They don't come to stop you. They come to strengthen you. They don't come to break you. They come to reveal who you really are. Because think about it, right? When have you ever grown during the easy times? When have you grown when it was easy? When have you ever discovered your true potential when everything was smooth and comfortable? When? What? Say it again. Let me help you out. It starts with an N, it ends with an R, and has ever in the middle. Yeah, never. Right? Never. Growth happens in the struggle. Strength is built in the resistance. Comfort is the enemy of growth. I'll say it again for the people in the back. Comfort is the enemy of growth, people. Whew. Man, comfort is the enemy of growth. When you're comfortable, you're stagnant. When you're comfortable, you're soft. When you're comfortable, you're not becoming who you were meant to be. But challenges, people, challenges, like Allen Iverson said, practice. We talking about practice? We're talking about challenges. Challenges force you to adapt. Challenges force you to be motivated to innovate. Challenges force you to dig deeper than you've ever dug before and find resources you didn't even know you had. Every challenge you face is an invitation to level up. It's life saying, hey, I see you. I see you over there. I see you've been cruising at this level for a while. Guess what? There's a big ass pothole in the road and you don't see it. Let's see if you're ready to level up, right? Let's see if you're ready to go to the next level. It's like playing video games, man. We all play video games, right? Right? And guess what? That pothole that's in the road that's destined to destroy your vehicle, that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing because every time you overcome a challenge, you don't just go back to who you were, you become better than who you were. You level up, you evolve. What happens if you hit that pothole? Man, it can destroy the tires, it can destroy your axle. Do all types of damage to your car. Now you got to call the car insurance company, get the car fixed. Your mechanic is coming to get the car fixed. But guess what? Your sense of being and moving through that challenge, the awareness is heightened. You level up, you evolve. The chances of you hitting that same pothole again is probably like 0.0001%. So when challenges come, because they will, don't run from them. Don't complain about them. Don't ask, why me? Ask, what is this teaching me? Right? How is this making me stronger? What version of myself is on the other side of this challenge? You hear me? I'm talking to you. What's on the other side of the challenge? And guess what? Stay with me, right? Be thankful for challenges. They're not burdens. They're your blessings. They're not your problem. They're your promotion. Find the bosses, smarts, warriors. motivators, we don't avoid challenges. We run to them. We run to them, right? We seek them out because we know that's where the magic happens. That's where the magic happens, right? And just like setbacks, man, setbacks, those moments when you feel like you're moving backward instead of forward. And I know a lot of people are feeling that way right now. When you lose progress, when something you worked hard for falls through, when life hits you with the not yet instead of the yes. A lot of people are going through the not yet right now, right? But your yes is on the other side. Setbacks are hard, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it. They test your faith, they test your resilience, they make you question whether it's all worth it or not. But here's what I've learned: setbacks are just setups in disguise. What looks like a step backward is often positioning you for a leap forward. Sometimes you're just not ready. Sometimes you're just not ready. You're not. You're not ready for what you think you want. Sometimes the timing isn't right. Sometimes God, the universe, life, whatever you believe in, is protecting you from something that wasn't meant for you or preparing you for something better. Think about it. It's like a slingshot. You know how a slingshot works, right? You know how a slingshot works. You put whatever object in it, you pull it back, and then you let it go and it fires, right? You know how a slingshot works, right? The the further back you pull, the further forward it goes. That's setback. That's how a pullback works. That's the tension being created for what? Shoot, your launch, right? I know y'all like the sound effects. Every setback is an opportunity to reassess, to regroup, to come back with a better strategy, a stronger foundation, a clearer vision. I'm thankful for every setback I've ever experienced because each one taught me patience. And my mom, as my mama say, that boy got the patience of Job. I do. And cheers to you for being enough, right? Mm-hmm. Mm. Cheers to you for being enough to come back with a broader and better strategy, a stronger foundation, a clearer vision. I'm thankful for every setback I've ever experienced. I truly am. Each one taught me perseverance. Each one taught me that I'm tougher than what I thought I was. Right? You ever how many people, raise your hand? How many people? How many people? How many people been in fights? Let me tell you, when I was a kid, man, I was always fighting, man. I don't know why. I don't know why I was always fighting, but I was always fighting, right? Always fighting. And I was amazed at the outcomes of those fights. They showed me that I was tougher than I really thought I was, or I had more skill than my opponent. Because when you walk in there into this fight, you don't know what this person is capable of. You don't know if they've been going to Junri karate, right? Or studying Chuck Norris. You don't know that. You don't. But you win and you come out even tougher, even stronger. So you are not your setbacks. You are your comebacks. Every setback is just setting the stage for your greatness to come back, right? Your greatness to come back, you and for you to have your greatest comeback. So when life pushes you back, Don't stay down. Use that momentum, build that energy, and launch forward harder than ever. Pause. Be thankful for the setbacks. They're not here to end your story. They're just plot twists that make your victory that much sweeter, right? And here's something most people don't understand. The destination is always cool, man. The destination is always cool, but the journey is where you actually become who you need to be. We spend so much time focusing on the end goal, the prize, the trophy, the finish line. And yeah, goals are important, people. They are. They give us direction. But if you're only focused on the destination, you're missing the entire point. You're missing the point. You have to enjoy the journey. The process is where the magic happens. The process is where you develop discipline, where you build character, where you discover what you're really made of. Think about a caterpillar becoming a butterfly. The goal is to fly, right? But the transformation happens in the cocoon, in the darkness, in the struggle. That's where the wings are formed. That's where the strength is built. If you skip the process, you skip the transformation. You might get to the destination, but you won't be equipped to handle what's there. Bars. Those are bars, right? You won't be worthy of what you achieved. Being thankful for the purpose in the process means embracing every single step. The early mornings, the late nights, the times when nobody's watching, the times when progress feels slow, the times when you want to quit, but you don't. That's the real work. That's the real growth. That's what makes you a final boss motivator, smart, and warrior. Your character isn't built in the moment of the victory. It's built in the moment of before. It's the preparation. It's the repetition. It's the discipline. So stop rushing. Stop being impatient. Stop looking for shortcuts. There are no shortcuts, people. There are no shortcuts to greatness. There's only the process. And you're thankful for the process. If you embrace the process, if you trust the process, the results will come. I promise you the results will come. The process is the proof that you're serious. The process is the price that keeps out pretenders. The process is what separates the final bosses from everyone else. You have to fall in love with the process. Be thankful for every rep, every step, every day you wake up, every day that you show up to do the work. That's where champions are made, right? And let me hit you with some truth. I said earlier, comfort is the enemy of growth. And I'm gonna keep saying it because it's one of the most important lessons you will ever learn. You cannot grow in your comfort zone. It's impossible. Growth requires discomfort. Growth requires tension. Growth requires you to stretch beyond what feels safe and familiar. But we're wired to seek comfort. We're wired to seek comfort. We're wired to be on the couch playing on our tablets and our phones as time clicks on by. We're comfortable. Yeah. Our brains are designed to keep us safe, to keep us in the familiar, to avoid pain and uncertainty. That's the biology of it. That's the biology of it. But you know what? Biology isn't destiny. You have the power to override that programming. Being thankful means being thankful even when you're uncomfortable, even when you're scared, even when you're in unfamiliar territory. Because that's where you become more. That's where you become more. Think about how many of you work out, right? How many people work out? Raise your hand. How many people work out, right? Your muscles don't grow when you're resting. They grow when you're tearing them down, when you're pushing them beyond their current capacity. The discomfort, the burning, the soreness. That's growth happening in real time. And life is no different. Life is the same way. Your comfort zone might feel safe, but it's a trap. I'm telling you, it's a trap. It's a cage. It's keeping you from becoming who you were meant to be. So every time you feel uncomfortable, every time you feel the resistance, that fear, that uncertainty, celebrate it. Be thankful for it because it means you're on the edge of your comfort zone. And that's where all the magic happens. Don't play it safe. Don't play it small. Don't choose comfort over greatness. Choose the discomfort. Embrace the discomfort. Choose the challenge. Choose the growth because the person you want to become, they're waiting for you on the other side. They're waiting for you on the other side of your comfort. And the only way to meet up with them is to step through the discomfort. Be thankful for every uncomfortable moment. It's your invitation to evolve, right? And to my final bosses, my smarts, my motivators, my warriors, you guys know what time it is. You know what time it is. It's time. Y'all thought I was going to go through the whole show and not talk about it? Shout out to my girl, Sheree. She knows why. Because I cannot have a Motivation Monday without talking about, you guessed it, the fired up train. The fired up train. The fired up train is always moving. It's always in motion. It's heading toward one destination and one destination only: success, excellence, the absolute best version of you. And here's the question: are you on the train? Are you on the train or are you standing at the station? Are you watching it pass by? See, the train doesn't wait. It doesn't slow down for excuses. It doesn't stop for doubt or fear or hesitation. The fired up train is for people who are ready, the people who are committed, the people who are willing to bring their excellence, their passport, because they know where they're going. They know what's at the end of the destination, at the end of their travels. Their passport is their potential. That's their purpose. That's their promise. And you and yourself, that's you going all in. Pause. Your excellence, that's your effort. That's your energy. That's everything you've got poured into everything you do. And when you board the fired up train, when you make the decision to go all in on yourself, something shifts. The scenery starts to change. People around you start to change. Your life starts to change. But you got to be thankful for the journey. You got to be grateful for every mile, every step, every twist, every turn, because that train is taking you somewhere. It's taking you somewhere incredible, somewhere you've never been before, somewhere you've dreamed about, but never believed was possible. It's the destination. And the destination is success. But not just any success. It's the you that you were meant to be. The you that's been buried under doubt and fear and other people's opinions. The you that's been waiting to break free. The fired up train is leaving the station right now. Not tomorrow, not next week, right now. And I'm asking you, are you getting on? Are you bringing your excellence? Are you bringing your passport? Because the train doesn't do round trips. It's a one-way ticket to greatness. And the only way you don't reach the destination is if you jump off. So stay with me. So stay on, stay fired up, stay thankful for the ride, because the destination is glorious. The destination is glorious, people. True. Woo, feel it, baby, feel it. The fired up train, final bosses, smarts, motivators, and warriors. Let me tell you something powerful. The key is true strength. The key to true strength is acceptance. Not passive acceptance, not defeated acceptance, but empowered acceptance. Acceptance that says, I see all of it, the good, the bad, the beautiful, the ugly, and I'm thankful for all of it because it's part of my story. One of my favorite movies is The Good, Bad, and Ugly. I love that movie. Every time The Good, Bad, and Ugly comes on, I have to watch it. I've seen it 1,000 times. But every time it comes on, guess who's watching? The Good, the Bad, the Ugly, starring Clint Eastwood. I'm watching it, right? Because I'm thankful for all of it. I see all the aspects. And guess what? It's part of my story, as it's part of your story. We live in a world that wants us to only show the highlight reel, right? The wins. I posted on TikTok that they banned my account. I accept the loss, but I'm turning that loss into a win. That's how you reach success. The perfect moments, right? The imperfect moments. That's not real. That's not authentic. That's not the full picture. Your mistakes, you must accept them. Your failures, you must accept them. Your challenges, you must accept them. Your setbacks, you must accept them. Your doubts, you must accept them. When you accept all of it, when you say, this is part of my journey, and I'm thankful for every single piece, that's when you become unstoppable because you're no longer running from parts of yourself. You're no longer hiding. You're no longer pretending to be something you're not. You're standing in full truth. You're owning your full story, and that's power. We probably accept these things as final bosses, motivators, smarts, and warriors. We accept it. We don't hide from the struggles. We share them because we know they might help someone else. We don't run from our past. We use it as fuel for our future. Everything you've gone through is preparing you, training you, shaping you. And when you accept it all, when you're thankful for all of it, you tap into a level of peace and power that most people never experience. You stop being at war with yourself. You stop fighting against your own story. You start flowing with it. You start owning it. You start loving it because it's yours. It's uniquely, beautifully, powerfully yours. Nobody else has walked your path. Nobody else has your combination of experiences and lessons and wisdom, right? So accept it. Accept all of it and be thankful for all of it because it's made you into the warrior you are today. It's preparing you for the warrior you're about to become, right? Now, as we get ready to close out, we're getting ready to go down the home stretch, man. We get ready to hit this home run. Pow, man. Out of here. Home run, right? Batters are on the bases. Let's talk about what it means to be a final boss, right? A final boss isn't someone who never fails. A final boss isn't someone who never fails. A final boss isn't someone who has it all figured out. I don't have all the answers. A final boss is someone who keeps going no matter what, no matter how hard it gets, no matter how many times they fail, they get back up. A final boss is grateful for everything, the wins and the losses, the sunshine and the storm, because they understand that all of it is part of the journey. All of it is part of the process. A final boss doesn't complain. A final boss doesn't make excuses. A final boss doesn't blame circumstances or other people. A final boss doesn't final bosses take responsibility. We take ownership. We take action. A final boss knows that comfort is the enemy of growth. So they're constantly pushing themselves, constantly challenging themselves, constantly asking, what's next? How can I get better? How can I level up? Right? A final boss is a motivator. They just don't lift themselves up. They lift others up. They don't just succeed alone. They bring people with them. They understand that true success is shared success. A final boss is a warrior. They fight for their dreams. They fight for their family. They fight for their purpose. And they don't quit ever. A final boss is smart. They learn from every experience. They extract the wisdom from every situation. They are constantly growing, constantly evolving, constantly becoming more. And more importantly, a final boss is thankful. Thankful for the opportunity, thankful for the challenge, thankful for the life they've been given and the chance to make something extraordinary out of it. That's the final boss mentality. That's who we are. That's who you are. So when life goes hard, and pause, and it will get hard, pause, you don't fold. You don't break. You don't quit. You stand tall. You smile. You say, thank you for the lessons. And you keep moving. You're a final boss. Act like it. Be thankful like it. Live like it. Because the world needs your energy. The world needs your light. The world needs your insight. The world needs your excellence. Don't hold back. Don't play small. Don't waste a gift. Be the final boss you were born to be, because guess what? You're enough. you are enough, right? You're enough. So, Final Bosses, smarts, motivators, and warriors, we have made it. We have made it. We have made it. We did it. We just spent the last hour diving deep into gratitude, into thankfulness, into what it means to appreciate every single part of this journey. And I hope you're feeling it. I hope that burning sensation is flowing through your body. I hope you're feeling a shift, that change in perspective. I hope you're feeling that change in perspective, that fire that comes from understanding, and that you don't have to wait for everything to be perfect to be thankful. You could be thankful for right now. You could be thankful for right now. I'm sorry, for where you are, for what you have, and for what you're becoming. Because here's the truth. Thankfulness isn't just a feeling. It's a practice. It's a decision. It's a choice you make every single day to focus on what you have instead of what you lack, to focus on how you've come instead of how far you have to go. And when you make that choice, when you live from that place of gratitude, everything changes. Your energy changes, your perspective changes, your results change. So here's what I want you to do, right? This is what I want you to do right now. This is my night call to action. Today, this week, every single day moving forward, find 3 things that you're thankful for. Every single day, you write them down, you say them out loud, feel them. It could be big things, it could be small things, it could be your health, your family, your opportunities, or it could be small things, like I said, right? It could be a cup of coffee. I love coffee, man. Like, I embrace my coffee. I love my coffee. It could be a beautiful sunrise. I love the sunrise. I love to see the sunrise. Not right now because it's cold at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. It is freezing outside. I don't enjoy that much. But those moments of peace, embrace those moments, no matter how big or small. It doesn't matter what they are. What matters is what you're practicing, and that's gratitude. You're training your brain to look for the good, to see the blessings, to appreciate the journey, and watch what happens. Watch how your life starts to shift. Watch how opportunities start to appear. Watch how you start to feel more energized, more motivated, more alive. Because thankfulness isn't weaknesses. Stay with me. We're almost done. Stay with me. We're almost done. Right? Thankfulness isn't weakness. It's power. It's the fuel that keeps you fired up to get on the fired up train. And it keeps the fired up train moving. It's the foundation that everything else is built on. So to all my final bosses out there, to all my smarts, my motivators, my warriors, thank you. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being on this journey and part of this community with me. Keep pushing, keep growing, keep being thankful for every step of the way, because you're exactly where you need to be, learning exactly what you need to learn, becoming exactly who you were meant to be. The fired up train is moving, people. The fired up train is moving. The destination is success. The destination is the best version of you. And we're getting closer every single day. Man, look, listen. I love you all. I appreciate you all. And I'm so thankful for this community we've all built together. This has been the Final Boss Podcast Motivation Monday, episode number 137. I am the Final Boss, and I am here. And until next time, stay fired up, stay thankful, and stay being the final bosses that you are. Peace, love, and hair grease. Man, let all that marinate up in your spine. Let it marinate up in your spine. Oh, man, I had a great show tonight for you guys, man. And listen, right? There's a heavy pain that comes with discipline. But the pain of regret is even heavier. The pain of regret is even heavier, right? To each and every last single one of you, no matter where you're tuning in, no matter where you are watching us on whatever platform you're watching us, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitch, Kick, Instagram, Spotify, and next week, Apple Podcasts. Thank you for joining us. Be sure to check out our website at www.TheFinalBossPodcast and email us info@TheFinalBossPodcast.com. That is our show. That is our show for tonight. And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to each and every last single one of you. Thank you for joining us. Again, this has been episode number 137 of the Final Boss Podcast Motivation Monday. Being thankful. And I'm thankful that you were here to join us. Y'all have a great night. Go watch that game. I wonder what the score is.
Welcome to the Final Boss Podcast, where microphones and mushroom clouds collide in the most mind-blowing chats. We're talking explosive topics, fiery debates, and the hottest guests. Imagine a creative space background, spacey vibes, and out-of-this-world conversations. It's like chilling with your best buddies, but with way cooler sound effects. Every episode, we take on the universe's biggest questions. You know, the stuff that keeps you up at night. And we do it with a bang. Want to know what happens when you mix gaming, movies, and pop culture? Boom! You get the Final Boss Podcast. So plug in those earbuds and get ready for a wild ride. Whether you're commuting, chilling, or just need a break, we've got your back. Hit that follow button and join us on this cosmic journey. Trust me, you don't want to miss these explosive chats. Catch the Final Boss Podcast now, where every episode is a blast. Stay tuned and stay awesome. Final Boss Podcast, bringing the boom to